back. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to that. I don't know. We're here. I tried to go live and it just didn't want to let me, but I'm here. Hi. How is everybody today? I wanted to jump on because I'm kind of obsessed with this true crime case coming out of Virginia. And I tried to talk about it a while back. And of course, as you guys know, my account on the other app was taken down. I made a video about it and it was in my drafts. So who knows if I'm going to get to publish that or not. But I'm here and I want to talk about this because it's something that's just been heavy on my mind. It's a case out of Virginia of Travis Turner. Let me get my hair up and we're going to jump in. Okay, because like I said, I've been researching this a little bit. There's not a lot out there because it's an ongoing case, but hopefully you guys have at least heard of it because it's kind of everywhere right now. What is going on with my hair? Just ignore me. Just ignore me. I don't know what's going on with it. It doesn't want to cooperate today. Welcome in. We're just starting True Crime Chat about Travis Turner. Have you heard this? Have you not? Okay, whatever. I don't even care anymore, right? It is what it is. This is how my day's gone. I got ready, literally went to work, and they were like, oh, we're not ready for you yet. So I came back home, cleaned out my cupboard completely, cleaned my house, and I was like, I'm gonna jump on to talk to you guys. So here I am. First order of business, I'm gonna start posting some on YouTube here and there to kind of get some content going because I am at a standstill right now with the other app. And I want to start doing also the podcast back up and doing more YouTube videos. This is where I started. I want to be here. So, gonna work on that, but let's get into this case, guys. This is wild, okay? So, there's this high school football coach. His name is Travis Turner. And he was a very esteemed coach. Like, they were doing extremely well. They were winning championships and they were in the middle of a undefeated season. And this coach, to have a little bit of background, like he had won awards. He has a family that just adored him. People in the community loved him and really cared for this coach and really liked his coaching. And everything was going well for Travis. He's 46, and like I said, he's married and has children. And this is in Virginia. And like I said, he's a high school coach. So he, like I said, he had an undefeated season. They were doing very well. Well, so without really letting anybody know, he had an interview with police. And for a while, nobody knew what this interview was. But he came back to his house after this interview. He collected his, let's see, he vanished without his car, keys, wallet, glasses, or contacts. He had no cash or the prescription medication he relies on. So he left walking into the woods. He left on foot. And this football coach, he's kind of a bigger guy. Like I said, 46, kind of graying, has a little bit of scruff on his face. And the first signs that we get of him being missing is just the missing persons alert. We get an alert that goes out and says, there's this coach, this man missing in Virginia. And then we hear that he did have this interview prior to him vanishing. And people, of course, the first instinct anybody has is to question what is going on. And people questioned this a lot. And we found out later that this interview was over some CSAM materials and over some child essay things. And the police have been a little bit tight-lipped about exactly what it was. We do know that there was like solicitation through the internet for that kind of thing. And we know there was a lot of CSAM material. But as far as his extent of what all of it is, that we don't really know. What we do know is that he has now 10 warrants that were issued for him. And he just left on foot near the woods, and he was carrying a thing. And this is something he's done multiple times, is just leave. And so now there's this just huge manhunt for him because everybody is like, where is he? Is he dangerous? Is he a danger to himself or others? And I think what a lot of people are wondering is he going to get away with this crime? And I think that's something that I definitely wonder, like, is he going to be prosecuted for these 10 charges that he has, And that's just something I don't think we're going to know right away until we find him and find what's going on and everything. So just to recap, high school coach at Union High School, this is in Virginia, he vanished one day, walked into the woods without anything on him except for what did I say? And it is later confirmed that he was being questioned in a CSAM case. Guys, this blew up. This story just went crazy. He was a very beloved coach, and people, I think, were really surprised by this, and even more so his family, I think, just were floored. I don't think they knew. I really don't. His wife has put out statements that, like, she has erased her social media. She is, I'm sure, just not sure what to think of this. But it's crazy. It's crazy. So his wife actually came on and said, like, begged for him to come home. She is like, please, Travis, come home. And she put out a statement on it. And there is a pretty hefty reward for him to be found. And I read an article today that this investigator wonders if he'll ever be found. They believe that it could be a case of him going into the woods and either unaliving himself, or that he could change his identity. And the thought to me of like a modern day, like someone starting over like that really creeps me out, because I don't know how that would be possible. I really don't. I don't understand how it would be possible to start over in a day and age where everything is recorded. Because literally everything that we do is watched. And for him just to be like, yeah, peace out, and go into the woods and never be found again, modern day, that is just, it's unheard of. So I want to know what you guys think. I want to know if you think that he did go out, and maybe he's not coming back alive, or if you think maybe he started another life, or can start another life. But please let me know. If you if you have any information on Travis Turner, he was wearing a gray sweatshirt and sweatpants. And according to Virginia's missing persons database, tips can be reported at 911 or Virginia State Police. And there is a tip line, 1877 wanted 2. Or you could go to usmarshals.gov/tips. For me, this case just, I'm baffled. For him to leave like he did, and just for everything to happen the way that it did, I really feel like this is going to be a very big case that we're going to have to keep an eye on. So I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I'm probably going to make a video of this case so that we can get this out, because I think it's really important. So I'm going to do that. So expect that here in a little bit. And thank you guys for joining me. And I will see you next time.